And welcome again, guys. How's your day going? Good? Is it good? I wish we had children's voices, like Blue's Clues in the background. Like, yeah!
You're right, Steve.
Let's go! Blue Skidoo, we can do it. You know, it would be nice.
I don't want kids anywhere near me. I don't like kids.
But as I bring up Blue's Clues, what was your favorite children's television show?
Tiny Toon Adventures.
Tiny Toon Adventures?
Tiny
You're
Toon
so
Adventures.
emphatic about that. Do you still watch it?
I actually have it on DVD.
Really?
No joke. I own season
And you're
1,
sharing
part
this
1
with everybody.
on DVD. I don't care what other people think. I'm wearing a Raptors jersey. Clearly, I've given up on worrying about what other people think.
I really don't know why.
Tiny Toons was actually a phenomenal show. It was very funny. It had adult humor. Watching it now, I'm still laughing at some of the stuff they managed to slip into kids. Obviously, it's why it turned out as weird as it did, because that show definitely warped children's minds, but in a good way. And there was a lot of crap that came on when I was a kid, too, and I didn't watch any of that. I was actually probably watching MASH.
Crap are you talking about?
I was probably watching MASH more than I was other shows, like Saved by the Bell. That's a crappy show.
Is that a cooking show, MASH?
Yeah, MASH. No, it's that show where you have the four corners and you go around the board deciding who you're going to marry and how much money you'll have.
Newlywed Game?
No. That's hosted by Chuck Liddell.
Chuck Liddell?
Yeah. Or was it Chuck Woolery?
I'm
not sure.
Yeah, Chuck Woolery.
I'm not really sure.
Chuck Liddell might punch some,
Speaking of Chuck Woolery, AFC North.
The AFC North, yes. Baltimore. We both have them winning this division.
Yeah, I think clear-cut favorite
13-3, they're clear-cut favorite. I'm a big Ravens fan.
I'm not a Ravens fan, but I do think they'll win the division.
Well, let me rephrase that. I think they're going to do well this year. I actually still like the Ravens. But we differ a little bit. Only a little bit. Kind of just record. We still have positions in this division still the same. I have Cincy at 11-5. You have them at 9-7.
I hated on them to open the season. I think people are going to be questioning Marvin Lewis's job halfway through the year, but I do think this team rebounds to a 500 record. Yeah, they do, but I do think this team is going to have a very unfavorable schedule to start the season. They're going to be in a hole they can't dig out of.
Okay. Nothing to argue there. Pittsburgh, I have them at 9-7. I still have them above 500. You, however, have them fall below at 7-9.
I think missing Ben Roethlisberger is going to be bigger than people think it's going to be. I think Byron Leftwich is not a serviceable replacement. I think Dennis Dixon's actually the better quarterback to take over, but Dixon's not going to be handed the ball. They're going to give it to Leftwich, and I think that's going to be a big mistake. And I think Roethlisberger comes back after missing a whole month of the season and is not ready to go when he first gets in there. He's going to be behind the first 2 or 3 weeks, and by that point, this team will be too far behind in the win column to make up that ground.
Real quick, how do you spell Roethlisberger?
R-O-E-S Burger.
Good. We have Cleveland pulling up the rear, and they definitely resemble a rear.
Yeah. Taking the
They
Browns
aren't
to the
any
Super
good.
Bowl, that's about as close as they're going to get, because they're not actually going to make any Super Bowls.
No.
I do have Cleveland starting 3-0, though, so there is some hope for Drew Carey there.
3-0. That's 2 more wins than I have them winning. I have them at 1-15, guys. I have them as the worst team in the NFL. It's funny how that came out, but when they play in the division with Pittsburgh, Cincy, and Baltimore, you're going to have 6 losses right there. They also have a tougher schedule.
They lose every game in their division because they beat Pittsburgh last year.
They aren't any good. You hated on the Bills. Cleveland sucks. And Pittsburgh's going to be better.
Cleveland rocks.
No. Cleveland does not rock.
It's in a song. There's not a song called Buffalo Rocks.
You know what else is in a song? I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
Oh, then
That's
you're
an
probably
opinion.
talking about Mike Holmgren.
That's an opinion. And so, Cleveland Rocks is also an opinion. It does not make it true, folks. I just want you to know.
I think if the presidents of the United States of America sang the song, then there's no argument. Anyway, the Cleveland Browns, I think, are going to show flashes of greatness.
A song called Lump. And Peaches.
She's in my head.
Peaches?
They come from a can. I think Cleveland's actually going to win a couple of games and surprise some people this year. They have Mohamed Massaquoi, who I think is going to be a very good player. I think Joshua Cribbs is going to have an expanded role in the offense. I think Jake Delhomme actually has a bounce back here, but not to the point of a Pro Bowl. I think he has a bounce back in that he plays the whole season without being benched.
Take it from the Panthers fan, guys. Delhomme is definitely past his prime. He definitely had good years with Carolina. I'm not going to seem like that bitter guy.
Like you are Steve Berline.
Steve Berlin. Barely even remember him. I was pretty young when he was still there. Yeah.
He's also the first player to play for the Jags and the Panthers.
Yeah, back with like Mark Brunell when he was still good. But back on topic, Jake Delhomme's definitely not going to be the starter for the entire year. If anything, Colt McCoy has a better shot, I think, at playing more games.
I think Seneca Wallace has a better shot at taking
Jake Delhomme's slow now.
Ooh,
he does not
he
doesn't maneuver. He doesn't throw the deep ball like he used to. He can't do a play-action pass. He can't read the field anymore. You saw that every game with Carolina. It wasn't just bad passes, bad luck. It was bad quarterback.
Wow, bold statements here.
It's true. I watched enough Panther games.
If that comes true, then yeah, Cleveland's going to be the worst team.
Matt Moore is like an amazing quarterback, but they still won games.
But yeah, and then we have Cincinnati. Where did you have Cincinnati finishing?
I had them at 11-5, I do believe.
And yes. I have them at 9-7. I believe I had them at 9-7.
You had them at 9-7.
Yeah.
Good memory.
Yeah,
Good memory.
Cincinnati, I think, is going to struggle, but they're going to bounce back. They are a good team. They have to have Carson Palmer to mean anything. Cedric Benson's in some trouble with the loss, so that's going to probably be an issue to start the year. I don't think Pacman Jones is going to be any kind of a impact player for them, so you can ignore talking about that. So I don't think the Bengals are really going to be a threat to win the division like they were last year, where they completely demolished the AFC North. But I do think they're a competitive team, and they'll hold their own in a lot of games.
Agreed. I do like this division. It's got some competitive teams, except for Cleveland, who sucks. But, I like it. Stay tuned for the North.
Yeah, well, we just did the North. So we're going to be heading
west. For the rest of the season.
Oh.
Stay tuned in the North.
I don't really want to watch those games.
Both North divisions are pretty good.